Hi everyone, hope you're good. So one of the persons that I think should do a thorough test on herself when she goes out of the house is Isabella. Yeah, Isabella, because even Ibuka noticed, it wouldn't be, just someone just saying that she's doing stuff. Ibuka noticed, Big Brother noticed that she has been moving from one guy to another. And it became more like a concern. I mean, and Ibuka, you could tell that he was disgusted by the way he was asking the question. What's up? What are you doing? You know, one minute you are talking Keikumi, another minute you are doing Bright Morgan, the next minute you're doing Kola, and another minute you're just practically everywhere. It does feel to me that her strategy is just basically testing every guy. When I mean testing, like testing their bulla. That's what I think she's in there for. Because again, I mean, how do you move easily? Some people would say, oh well, that's the same thing that Mide did after all. But Mide wasn't that flirtatious. You wouldn't see Mide move from one bed to another because she was almost always fixated at Bright Morgan because she was into Bright Morgan. But Bright Morgan also made it known to her that he had a girlfriend outside the house, which is by now, for those who don't know, you can check my other videos. I did a video about Bright Morgan and the girlfriend having issues because of Mide. The girlfriend had actually dumped him while he's just 1 week into the house, and actually 1 week into the house was when they started having sex in the house, at least according to what we know and what we have seen. So Isabella basically, I don't know whether it's a strategy or it's just her thing, or she calls it fun. Fun. Like, doesn't she think about what the world thinks about her? You know? Mide, you could say, look, Mide was fixated on Bright Morgan, but the fact that they're within this small space and there are no better options, so to speak, because practically she was the one that went for Bright Morgan by telling him that, look, you're a fine boy, you're a fine guy, and the guy started feeling himself, and before we could say Jack Robinson, they all got cozy under the sheet, and it happened. So aside from that girl who Mide, who everybody calls fuckaholic or call somebody who was a sex toy for Bright Morgan, you could also tell that Isabella had no swings. There was no restriction. There was no limit. It was just she was just all over the place. If Koyin had left this last week, I swear down, she would have been going with somebody else. She would have been up and about with somebody else. Anyways, for those who care to watch, here is the video that is trending just some 24 hours ago between Koyin and Isabella. Somebody was actually on top of one person in this particular video. Let's watch it. I mean, that isn't a bag of salt or a bag of rice lying on the bed. It's supposed to be one person, and it almost always looked like it's a bag of salt and a bag of things on top of each other. And of course, when you know that when people are on top of that because of the connections that they share and how cool that place is, it's just a matter of time before sliding happens. Sliding things. Oops. Anyways, like they say, Big Brother is a mirror of some people's lives, and that's Mensan moving into the room, and he sees them and wanted to say something, but nah, he closes the door and he goes to Jason, and they asked. Jason asked him where are they? He said they're in the garden. He didn't want to tell him the truth. So here's the whisper. They're whispering now. The guy is laughing. They are doing things. Mensan is excited about it. I don't know why he's excited, but again, what do we know? Who wouldn't be excited seeing things like that? Here you go. Squeeze it. Why is he whispering? I thought they said they shouldn't whisper. They had a good time talking about it, laughing about it, and trust me, it doesn't look good for me, for Isabella. I mean, if it's one person, you could say, okay, but it'll be firewood now. You could just hang with somebody, chill with somebody, and make it be say, wanna be buddies, you know. But not after one person, you enter another person. After another person, you enter another person. After another person, you enter another person. Like, what's going on? Is it that you don't have a taste, or is it that's exactly how you live your life? Is the people that mirroring your personal life to the world? Is that who you are? Is that what you do? You know, I mean, you could tell those words will go even as far as the son that she has outside. Thank God he's a boy though, but again, no matter who he is, whether it's a gender, female or a male, you could tell that nobody will be proud about what exactly, you know, went down in the house. But I'm just thinking, really, do you think that's a strategy enough? Because maybe she doesn't think she's strong enough, and the only way to keep herself in the game is by hanging with people whom she thinks are strong, so that she could stick around. You know, she could hang in there. She could pull. You know, she could pull in the numbers of some other persons to her, just in case, you know, the person that she likes isn't up for eviction. So the vote of the person would basically come, you know, to her. I don't know if you understand. That's the mentality. The mentality has always been like that. The mentality of every season is like, hang with them, look out for somebody who you like, or maybe look out for somebody who you think might be strong, and stick around with them. Whatever fan that basically has would also be looking at your side, because you are probably the person keeping the person company. You are probably the person that they like, you know. So when they are not up for eviction, you are up for eviction, they will vote for you because you are the person keeping them company. It's almost becoming a cliche or something that is normal of some sort, you know. But I don't think it should be. You know, we've seen people who did not do this relationship thing, and then they went all up to win the thing. Emisi did not do the relationship thing. Yeah, Emisi did not do the relationship. She tried with faith. She tried with faith. At some point she liked faith. She loved faith. She practically fell for faith. If faith wanted to even father a baby by her, I'm sure she would have accepted. But the way she was moving mad about the guy, I was like, what's Emisi doing? Why can't Emisi control herself? You know, that's sometimes how people behave when they are in love, or when they deeply care about somebody, or when they really want to go all out for somebody. They just throw caution to the wind and do anything and everything just to make sure that they get to this person, and just to make sure they get the attention of this person, or just to make sure that they get in there with the person, you know. So it is almost not the same. It is almost not the same this time around, because that didn't work. And the few ones that she tried, the one with Kola, the one with Mensan, is just basically on the periphery, nothing really serious, you know. So you cannot pin her to a scandal, or maybe sleeping around kind of person, or maybe somebody who really does not know how to play her game. She just came herself. She's funny. She contributes to the house. But I'm sure that she's not a competitive type. She's not the type who would say, oh, you know what, she's going to win the head of house. She's going to win the task, you know. But of course, when it comes to acting, you know, I'm sure that, you know, that is where her talent is. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So maybe, you know, fingers crossed, Emisi would clinch it and will probably be the first lady who refused to do love interest and love affair within the house. When Mercy, AK1, she did love thing with that guy now, that tall guy. And at the end of the day, the tall guy, we were sure they didn't like her. But because the guy has this quality of being tall, and she's short, and so more like somebody they look up to somebody. And they even did a reality show after the Bbnaija season. They did a reality show, which did not, scale. And it did, I think, 1 or 2 seasons, and it ended. So for the life of me, that's that. Bbnaija, you could tell she did, but not that deep. She's flirtatious. She's flirtatious, but again, you cannot necessarily, for her circumstance, you cannot necessarily pin that what Isabella is doing in the house now and what she did at that time. They're totally different scenarios because it was a superstar season. So tell me what you think, though. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. I'll see you on the next one. We're up in a couple of minutes.